What's good, YouTube King here? Today's video we'll be reacting to cartoon episode ban because of controversial reasons. So although I already started the video, but I just decided to make a video cause I don't know. I just decided to make a video, so let's just watch it together.
ABC lit up. Parents were furious. They saw a little girl gaining power by making a deal with a demon. To them, the cartoon made it look like working with the devil had rewards. During the height of satanic panic, that message was explosive. Many parents already believed TV was pushing kids toward the occult. Now they felt like they had proof. ABC panicked. Disney pulled the episode the very next day. They refused to rerun it, sell it, or stream it anywhere. The only copies that exist today are the ones people recorded on VHS the night it aired. This next cartoon has been banned for nearly 100 years. Mickey Mouse. In the 1920s, Mickey Mouse cartoons followed the same pattern. Mickey got into trouble.
Mickey Mouse was very weird. No, like, is it only me who was always thought that Mickey Mouse has always been dead as weird? Because where did they all come from? Are they even animals or like human beings or shit? Because I really wonder where do they even come from? Those Mickey Mouse cartoon shit.
He found a way out. Everything ended on a happy note. That formula made Mickey Mouse a hit from the late 1920s into the early 1930s. Then Disney made a mistake. They broke the pattern. And what they created was so disturbing that theaters refused to show it. It became one of the first cartoons ever banned. The controversial cartoon came out in 1933. It was titled The Mad Doctor. The cartoon begins with Mickey waking up to...
Oh my god, I wasn't even born there. Like, I was not even like dreamt to be born there. 1933, bro. That's long as hell. Damn. Oh. Mickey Mouse.
Strange noises. His dog Pluto is crying because he's being kidnapped by a hooded figure. The kidnapper drags the dog through the woods. It's a scary scene with wind, thunder, and lightning. Pluto is taken into a dark castle. Inside, the hooded figure removes his cloak. It's the Mad Doctor, a crazy scientist obsessed with animal experiments. And he kidnapped Pluto for his next experiment. The doctor plans to cut off Pluto's head, sew it onto a chicken's body, and see if the creature can lay eggs that hatch into puppies. Yeah, that's the actual plot of a Mickey Mouse cartoon.
What the fuck? Are you being serious? That sounds so demonic. Wait. In a cartoon, you get a dog, behead the dog, then try to sew it onto a chicken. How does that even work? This is all in a cartoon. How? All in a cartoon. How?
In the lab, Pluto and a chicken are strapped to operating tables. The experiment is about to begin. Meanwhile, Mickey races through the castle to rescue his dog, but it's a trap. The Mad Doctor captures Mickey and ties him down. Then he lowers a massive buzzsaw toward Mickey's body. He wants to chop Mickey in half. Mickey can't break free. Then just before it's too late, Mickey wakes up. It was all a dream. Mickey is in his bedroom and Pluto is safe. The dog runs into Mickey's arms. So why on earth did Disney make such a terrifying cartoon? Well, they said it was supposed to be a tribute to classic horror movies like Frankenstein. But viewers didn't care about the tribute. They only cared about how disturbing it felt. Back in the early 1930s, most people didn't have TV sets at home, so cartoons like Mickey Mouse were shown in theaters. Theaters in the US were the first to see The Mad Doctor, and they disliked it so much that many flat out refused to play it. The theaters said it looked too scary for kids. Some other countries felt the same. In the UK, the Board of Film Censors banned it. Then Germany banned it too. Clearly people didn't love this cartoon. After that, The Mad Doctor disappeared. Disney put it aside and stopped promoting it. But it didn't disappear forever. For some reason, folks at Disney didn't set up the copyright for The Mad Doctor properly, and that copyright error allowed it to slip into the public domain. That's why today you can find The Mad Doctor on YouTube. It's one of the few Mickey cartoons you can legally watch for free. This next cartoon was so disturbing, it never even made it to the screen. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2003. If you grew up in the 2000s, you probably watched Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. The show followed four turtle brothers who fight crime. It was action-packed and perfect for kids, but in 2005, one episode pushed the show into nightmare territory. It was titled Insane in the Membrane, and it centered around one character, Baxter Stockman. Baxter started out as a genius scientist, but he worked for Shredder, the Turtles' main enemy. Every time Baxter failed, Shredder punished him with surgery. Each failure cost him a part of his body. By the time this episode begins, Baxter isn't even human. He's just a brain and a spine floating inside a glass tank. But Baxter refuses to give up. He wants to rebuild his body. However, a friend warns him about the dangers. Rebuilding a body from scratch could damage his mind. Baxter doesn't care. He's a genius, and he finds a way to clone a new version of himself. And at first it works perfectly. He can walk, he can speak, he feels human again. Then his new body starts to fall apart literally. His skin, his fingers, and his face begin to disintegrate. As his body decays, so does his mind.
This experiment is a catastrophe!
By the end of the episode, Baxter has completely lost his mind. It no longer feels like a kid's cartoon. It feels more like a psychological horror. The Ninja Turtles cartoon was rated TV Y7. That means the show is designed for kids over age 7. This episode went far beyond that rating. It showed a mental breakdown and emotional torment. It was extreme even for adults. Fox executives watched the final cut before it aired. They were reportedly horrified. They said there was no way they could air the episode, and that was it. The Insane in the Membrane episode vanished. But not completely. It didn't air in the United States, but a few months later, it quietly aired in the UK. Fans recorded the episode on VHS tapes and uploaded it onto the internet. That's how it began to spread. Over time, Insane in the Membrane became a legend. It was a banned Ninja Turtles episode that most fans couldn't find. Nearly a decade later, in August
24, I've never heard of the episode before. I've never heard of it before.
2015, Nicktoons finally aired it in the US. This was its first official broadcast, but the cartoon in our next chapter aired before it got banned, and it triggered one of the messiest controversies in kids' TV. Tiny Toon Adventures. Tiny Toon Adventures was about the adventures of young cartoon characters. They lived in the same world as Bugs Bunny, Daffy Duck, and Porky Pig. Like most cartoons, it tried to teach kids important lessons. But in 1991, the show picked a very sensitive topic: alcohol. They wanted to show children the dangers of drinking, but the way they handled it made the episode extremely disturbing. The episode was part of a 3-story special called Elephant Issues. One of those segments was titled One Beer, and it got straight to the point. It opens with Buster Bunny, Plucky Duck, and Hampton Pig hanging out inside a house. These 3 cartoon characters are kids. They open the fridge and look at their options.
Juice, milk, soda, or a cold one.
They find a bottle of beer and debate whether to drink it.
Buster, this isn't like you. I know, but in this episode, we're showing the evils of alcohol.
Eventually, they gulp it down. Just one beer. Within seconds, they're stumbling around. Because of the alcohol, they're not thinking straight, so they steal a police car. If that isn't bad enough,